París, daré, Julia. Baila un poquito más, acércate a mi mamá, que vamos a hacerlo una vez más. Ella baila pero no dice nada, su booty lo expresaba con perreíto y con dembow. Sabe bien que ha sido la estrella, dándole al reggaetón, ya. Y empieza el flow, esta es la nueva era pero baila todo. Baila una de Maluma y Tego Calderón. La nena está bien puesta pa' cualquier canción, no taco y ron. Y empieza el flow, esta es la nueva era pero baila todo. Baila una de Maluma y Tego Calderón. La nena está bien puesta pa' cualquier canción, no taco y ron. Ella quiere más de lo que vamos a hacer en París, la red, Julia. Baila un poquito más, acércate a mi mamá, que vamos a hacerlo una vez más. Yeah. El que más ladra come hueso, el que a ti te baila sabe eso. Y nos ponemos bien traviesos, esos son efectos del proceso. Solo con esa mirada sé lo que quieres. Se ven muy educaditas y sus deberes. Siempre ha sido la envidia de las mujeres, por toda esa belleza y cómo se mueve. Sabes como tú me dejas después del party en ti pensando. Cuando tú te sientes sola como una loca ni me llamas. Qué casualidad que pienses en lo mismo que yo estoy pensando. Escondernos en la playa jugando a solas de madrugada. Ella quiere más de lo que vamos a works out the way you think. But if you want some good advice, I can offer this small wink. You'll find that a little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way for love. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way for love. If you are so lucky as to find someone with whom to spend your every day, that's in itself a journey, a lifetime of endless study, and you won't master it anyway. But know that a little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way for love. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way for love. And maybe bring the flowers on a weekday. Go see an old matinee. Find out what her heart is dreaming of. Make plans for a holiday. You can find your own getaway. A little goes a long way for love. You should know that a little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way for love. Love, love, love. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way. A little goes a long way for love. Baby, a little goes a long way for love. Yeah, yeah. A little goes a long way for love.
La tóxica eres tú, cuando me tratas mal y sigues, cuando tú me traicionas con vaciles. Hermosa pero tú tienes como 10,000 perfiles, uno que me ames y otro que me olvide. La tóxica eres tú, cuando me tratas mal y sigues, cuando tú me traicionas con vaciles. Hermosa pero tú tienes como 10,000 perfiles, uno que me ames y otro que me olvides. Eras todo lo que yo soñaba, ahora te quiero olvidar. Con tiburones ya no sé nada, por eso ausente voy a estar. No me mereces, no me mereces. Ponle esa trampa otros veces, no es mucho lo que tú ofreces. Ella sabe lo que yo le doy, ella es consciente de lo que pasa. Ya ni me le arrimo, aquí estoy. Siendo estrella, buscado en la NASA. La tóxica eres tú, cuando me tratas mal y sigues, cuando tú me traicionas con vaciles. Hermosa pero tú tienes como 10,000 perfiles, uno que me ames y otro que me olvide. Quiere conocerme pero no, cree que me gusta con sexo en la habitación. Pero lo sé todo, como tú los besas. Siempre vienes tarde con el dolor de cabeza. No soy boba, sé lo que haces cuando no estoy yo. Después me dices que te pasa, amor. Pues lo que pasa es que esta es tu canción. Si quieres vos. La tóxica eres tú, cuando me tratas mal y sigues, cuando tú me traicionas con vaciles. Hermosa pero tú tienes como 10,000 perfiles, uno que me ames y otro que me olvides. Ellos siempre logra hacerlo, logra herirme. Y lo siento, no, ya no soy así. Ya me desperté de este frenesí. Ella siempre logra hacerlo, logra herirme. Ya la herida es hecha, que aunque sea bella, de ti en mi vida solo quedan huellas. La tóxica eres tú, cuando me tratas mal y sigues, cuando tú me traicionas con vaciles. Hermosa pero tú tienes como 10,000 perfiles, uno que envíame y otro que me olvides. Yeah, yeah, Looney, Ricky Baker.
Y ya no sabes lo que pasa.
El primer verso, papi.
Yeah. Lo que manda aquí la clave. Este ritmo guaguanco, esto es lo que existe. Y también está mi chamaco, nadie nos resiste.
¿Qué no resiste?
Aquí estamos bravos, la chema tan brava. Esta vida es brava, y yo también soy bravo. Por eso lo que repica son los cueros. Aquí lo que suena fuego. Mueve la abuela el pescadero, hasta lo mueve el aduanero. Norte al sur, lo vemos viendo. La orilla del mar, nos ve sonriendo. Y yo sé lo que tenemos, no es para huevo y esto divino. Por eso lo que hacemos gritar, tumbarle con ritmo letal. Saben lo que pasa. Yeah. Mi abuelita ahora tiene masa. Aquí lo que falta el cajón. En esta jungla soy el gran león. Armen las cosas en el malecón. Lo que gozamos es salsa y son. Ya saben lo que repica son los cueros. Tengo la clave, soy el suero. Esta vida es fuego. Por eso quiero una vida suave, soy sincero. Yeah. Que viva mi gente, que viva la raza. De noche a día aquí se trabaja. Igual la gozamos, bailamos en plaza. Y esto es calidad pura en todas sus casas. De noche a día aquí se trabaja. Igual la gozamos, bailamos en plaza. Y esto es calidad pura en todas sus casas.
What's going on?
In this moment, yes, I cannot say what's wrong or right. No, it's not hard to fool me. No, 'cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yes. Yeah.
Welcome back. Hit the like button. You know how this goes.
Where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all.
chat room. Age, city, gender, let's get it. Nothing like a good day of shopping.
Cause I know what I'm getting into. Yes.
Dallas in the house, Chi-Town, Chicago, Pittsburgh, Greensboro, Boston, Amsterdam, Honolulu, ATL Double Up, Sacramento, Detroit, what's up? Cleveland, Chicago, Atlanta, Florida, St. Louis, Chicago again, Pittsburgh, DC, Los Angeles, need to spell it, Newark, Phoenix, Mobile, Bronx, LA, Pittsburgh, DC, Charlotte. What's going on, people? H-Town in the house. What a day. What a day, what a day, what a day. How are we doing this evening, people? How are we doing? How are we doing? How are we doing? Welcome back to what's soon becoming one of your favorite evening shows. I don't know what we're going to call it, but it's something. It's something. So, for all of you who don't know, moderators, be on lookout today because we are bound to have a lot of people in here tonight because, strangely enough, your godfather, strangely enough, I have hit World Star Hip Hop for some strange reason. If people come in here typing in all caps, you will be automatically timed out. So stop it. Type like you got some sense. People typing in all caps, I don't get it. Stop it. Okay, so here's what's going on as of late. Excuse me, just a second. Oh, I had to get on my better glasses. If you highlight me, the Kevin Samuels Show, I need you. See, here's what, if you put @ and then you type my name, that highlights me. I don't like it when you do that. So if I see it, I'm going to time you out. And if I see you doing it more than once, I'm going to block you. I don't like it. I've said it countless times, so please stop it. All right, so here's you thought I was joking. Why? I don't have to play. So here's what we're getting at too. You see the title of the show, Leveling Up to Get a High Value Man. Are you ready? Because as you can see, that's been kind of a theme over here on the last several weeks when I have people calling into the show, women calling into the show, people kind of like, well, hey, I want to get an idea of kind of where I rank. What do you think? And I got no problem with that. But here's the thing. The truth is the truth. The truth is true. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. Sadly, we've got to a place in Black America where no one can honestly tell folks the truth. But you see all these packages over here. Why? Well, today has been a good day. Had to get out and do some meetings. The scent of the day, Roja Dove Elysium. Roja Dove Elysium. Oh, yeah. Oh, love this stuff. Nice, clean, crisp fragrance. We'll just leave it right there. Roja Dove Elysium. I had to pick up this one right here. Aqua from Francis Kirkjean. Aqua Universalis Forte. One of the best warm weather fresh fragrances out there. A little pricey for most folks, but if you like fragrances like I do, you won't care. When you spray this on, you know where your money went. Now, oh, gotta love orange bags. Hermes, my Hermes bag came in today. Oh, here we go. Did a little bracelet action. Oh, picked that one up from the House of Byredo. Rien Dominique, something of the night. A nice rose, a dark rose, jammy rose fragrance. And this is another fragrance that I picked up from Louis Vuitton. It's brand new. It's called Fire of the Night. So we'll just leave that stuff right there because, well, let's take it down. That's visually appealing. Oh, yeah. Why do we have it up here? Because when you talk about high value and people say high value has nothing to do with money, it has more to do with character. Right. That's not anywhere close to being accurate. If you live in a major metropolitan area, there's a difference between the way people with money and high value live versus, other folks. And what I'm saying is, I'm not making a value judgment on either one of it. If you disdain money, if you think capitalism is money is the root of all evil, do you? But I'm going to tell you, as a man, as a black man in particular, if you ever plan on having a woman or a wife, you better have some money. Black women want and expect black men to pay all of the bills. Night after night, show after show, you have black women coming in here of all of our ages, sizes, degree, not degree, it doesn't matter. And the one consistent thing is, sisters want black men to pay the bills. How many times have you heard women saying they left their man, their husband, because of money? He won't work means he can't pay all the bills. So what I need people to understand when you're coming to this show, it's not Kevin's show. I'm an image consultant and a life coach. The men I speak about are my clients, the people I network with, men I know throughout the world. I am speaking for a group of men. So stop trying to make it about me. And when it gets right down to it, high value men know what they want. And they're not willing to negotiate on any of it because they don't have to. Do me a favor, guys. Click the share button because some of you have been noticing you have not been getting your notifications. Yeah. You want to go ahead and click that share button. But matter of fact, you want to click the subscribe button. You might need to unsubscribe and subscribe again just to make sure that you are still getting all the updates and notifications. Unsubscribe and resubscribe and then hit the notification bell and turn it to all. Like, share, subscribe, that kind of thing. Okay. Let me see something. Let me go ahead and help this out. I told you not to type my name in. So the person that says this is not the show, you're out. Go ahead. Black women want you to pay all the bills. And here's another thing, guys. Most women want you to pay all the bills. So I want to make it clear. This is not just a black woman thing. It may sound more pronounced with with black women, but women want you to be able to pay all the bills. They don't want that responsibility. Yes, they want to be educated. Some want to go to college. Some want to get a master's. Some want to get a PhD. But that does not mean they want to have to pay all the bills. They want you to pay all the bills. They want you to be responsible for everything. They want it all in your name, but they have access to it. They want all the responsibility on you, and they have 100% access. They want 100% access to all of the money at all the times, but they want the responsibility and the burden of it all on you, as it should be. That is all women, not just black women. And depending upon where a woman is at, that is what she expects of men. Women at the lower class expect lower class men to be able to pay the bills. Now, they will work with a guy because if they're a lower class earning woman, minimum wage, they get it. Two people on minimum wage can have a fighting chance versus one person. But hypergamy is there for a reason. The higher up a woman goes, the more she earns, the more she makes, the more education, the more she wants men to have at least what she has. So understand something. It is human nature for women to want men to have at least what they have plus 20%. Well, I ain't even plus 20%. Let me be honest. Plus 50%. Plus 50%. Women want their man to have at least what they have plus 50%. So let's say you're minimum wage. I don't deal with minimum wage. I deal with top 10% men, top 20% women. That's my client base. Minimum wage people don't need an image consultant. No shade, that's just the truth. Neither do they need a tax accountant. They don't need a country club. They don't need a lot of things. So let's say, for sake of argument, simple math, you have a woman and she's making $30,000 a year, $15 an hour. That woman, regardless as to what race she is, wants the man she's dealing with to be making at least $30,000. She would prefer him to be making $30,000 plus 50%. So plus 50% would be $15,000 more, $45,000. So that means she's making 30 and you're making 45. Together it's 75. She wants access to all the 75. She wants to spend the 75 like she made it. That's all women. So we can stop acting as though black women are different in that regard. The difference is expectation and entitlement. Rarely do you find other groups of women to where they want their men to make what they make plus 50%, to where the woman expects to be able to make the decisions over everything. They may want it. They want access to it, but they don't want the responsibility of it. This is where black women are unique. Not only do they want access to it, they want the responsibility. They want to be out front. I've had more women ask about how to be going from this strong, independent, I don't need no man, to a feminine woman, basically having to go opposite to the way they were raised. That's a different video. That is a real struggle for a lot of women. But today we're going to talk about what it takes if you really want to level up, because this is the question. All right, Kevin, I hear what you're saying. You know, I hear all this stuff about high value this, high value that. I am here. I am value. I want to level up to get a high value man because I don't care how stiff the competition is. I don't care if the numbers aren't in my favor. I don't care about any of that. That's what I want. Okay. If that's what you want, no problem. Are you ready for it? Give you a video game analogy. You take out the new video game, you set it on normal. The video games have difficulty levels. Normal is right out of the box. Then they have the beginner or the novice level. So you can actually learn how to play the game without getting destroyed every turn. But then they have intermediate, advanced, and then insane. And it is not human nature to take a game out that you've never played and turn it up to advanced or insane. But this is what so many women want to do. They want to go from the normal level to the advanced or insane. They want to skip right past intermediate and go to the advanced or insane. Cool. What happens if you do that to a video game, though? You get killed over and over again. Your character is getting destroyed by a fly could come by and sneeze on you and you dead. Like if you're playing Street Fighter or some sort of Mortal Kombat. Whereas you may be able to take a lot of punishment, and your life meter is longer. When it's on insane, pop, 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 pop. Round 2. But if that's what you want, that means you got to be ready. Here's the thing. How many women want... Let me do this, dude. How many women want high value men? Okay, let's see. How many women actually are ready to take the game up to the insane level? Ready to take the game up to the insane level because that's what ends up happening more than anything else. When I have women, when women are calling into or to talk on the show, more often than not, they are saying, I want the game to be on the insane level because I want a high value man. I don't want to have to work to pay substantial bills. I want to be a stay-at-home mom, yada, 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 yada. And my thing is, okay, that's what you want. Have you run the numbers? And that's where the big disconnect is. A lot of women have not run the numbers. You got it on insane. Are you ready? Are you ready to play the game at that level? And see, what ends up happening is just a simple conversation with any particular woman tends to expose the fact that they really aren't ready to be at that level. Right? They're not ready to be at that level. And then they're shocked. They're shocked when they get Hadouken! They're shocked when they call into the show and they get that Hadouken! What? I can't just decide I want to level up and go pick a man off the high value tree? No, because there was a process to a man becoming high value. There's also a process you must undergo to attain a high value man. Let me ask, I whittled it down to a simple question. Ladies, what are your looks worth? What are your looks worth?
Kevin, God damn it.
And when I ask questions like that, that's generally what I get. Damn. What? That's so rude. That's so petty. That's so base. Sorry. What you're saying is you don't know many high value, well-off, rich or wealthy men. And see what I'm talking about, you don't have to be a millionaire to be high value. 6 figures, $10,000 a month. That's plenty. That's more than 90% of the country. A man making $10,000 a month is high value of any race. So knock it off. See, the funny thing is, even when I don't curse, even when I keep it friendly or PG, YouTube does not like me talking about this stuff. So guys, if you like the, ladies and gentlemen, if you like this content, you're going to have to support it. Because YouTube doesn't want to monetize it. Matter of fact, they would rather me. There are a lot of people that will prefer black men and black women stay apart from each other. They prefer you stay warring with each other. And when you get platforms openly mischaracterizing, not paying for this kind of stuff, what does that tell you? Case in point, we have 2 people that have that hit the super chat so far. We don't even have over 1,000 likes. So you know what happens now? We got to get the likes up. We don't get on past to the next thing. Get the likes up. Get them up. Get them up. Get them up. For me. Woo! Come on. All right, here we go. So, all right. So, are you ready to level up to get a high value man? Because here's the thing. One of the things I hear women saying more than anything else, now that we're having this conversation, is y'all act like this chat room, this channel is full of millionaires and billionaires. Ain't nobody over here that. See, they got to say that, guys, because they got to make it seem like you're a magical imp or a troll, that you don't exist. Because because the fact that you exist messes with their reality. So they got to act like the same thing. We're all the good men at. But see, now we got the facts, figures, data, statistics, studies to prove that 51% of black men are single and childless. That 64% of those black men are in the middle class. That means there are plenty of good, solid black men out there. You just can't get one. And as you find, many, many women have had at least 1 or 2 suitable guys in their life, and they've kicked them out, thrown them in the trash, done something with them, then turn around and get knocked up by some loser, and then complain that they can't find a good man at 35 or 40 to be the cleanup man. No, no, no. And then when you call into a show and you ask me, hey, I just want to know what my odds are for securing a high value man in the twilight of my life, after I've not prioritized it, after I've spent my life not worrying about a man, after I've spent my life not doing all this, and then because I have the nerve to just be direct and honest with you, what is that called? That's called bashing. What is it called? Well, let's see what it's called. Let's see what it's called, shall we? Let's see what it's called. All right, here's what I woke up to today. He did her so wrong. Me. I did her so wrong. I did. Not her choices, I did. OG tells a 42-year-old woman it's over for her, hoping she still has time to find a man. That's what I woke up to today. Now, this is on World Star Hip Hop, by the way. And at last look, it had been viewed somewhere close to 180,000 times this has been viewed. 180,000 times in the last 5 hours. 180,000 times with close to 2,000 comments. What did I say that was so horrible? What did I do that was so wrong?
I'm just wondering what kind of options would be available to me. I'll give you a quick synopsis. I'm 42 years old. Last year I used to weigh 203 pounds.
None.
No, I'm not finished.
None. Yeah, you are.
Last year.
Yeah, you are.
Last year. This year I weighed 165.
No, ma'am. I said you're finished. You're finished.
I'm done?
Yep.
There's nothing left for me.
Not realistically.
Well, thank you.
I'm not going to lie to you.
Because I'm 42?
See, it's the age and the weight. And then if you have any children.
So my kids are...
Okay, ma'am, I don't need to... okay, I'm going to be honest. And I don't want to be rude, sound like rude, but see, when you... over 40 and you're obese and you... or even if you're coming down, you still can go the other way. And then you have children. Okay, the only way that there would ever be any chance for you is if you were gorgeous. And if you were gorgeous, you wouldn't be calling. So I need the people to understand I'm not being rude. It's just oftentimes I'll get women who want to call in, they want to tell me their story, and then I know where it's going to end. Ma'am, you kind of knew that in order to overcome just your age alone, you're going to have to be very feminine, very submissive, very cooperative. You have to bring a lot to the table. That's before your weight and before your children. And your children are a messy detail for a man. I don't mean, and you can love your children, but people don't look at our kids the same way. So that's why when you asked, I'm like, and were you married in the past? So, according to World Star Hip Hop, I did her so wrong. I did her so wrong by knowing that a 42-year-old 200, and if you listen to that show, if you guys listen to that show, you'll recall that woman was, it came out that she was closer to 250 pounds. And she had said she had slimmed down to 165. And that's why I said no. She calls herself slimming down. And I'm like, no, ma'am, it doesn't matter what you are because it's the weight and the kids. If you listen to that show, she had 3 children by different men and wasn't married to any of them. We're at a time where a middle-aged woman that weighs more than a man actually wanted to know if she had a shot to get a man in the top 10%. See, and they said that I did her wrong. That's what it was. It was on me. But see, let's look at something else, because here's what I need you guys to understand. This is what so many people think of you, sisters. These weak pay this money on YouTube. I want you guys to understand. I want you to listen to how some of these single mother raised boys that turned into black men who you expect to get out here and build and fight against white supremacy, racism, to become a high value man. I need you to listen to how they speak about you, how they insult me for answering the question. And you ask yourself, what are you going to build with mindsets like this? I mean, this first dude obviously got daddy issues. He called these, y'all a bunch of weak bees paying this N-word money. Pocket watching is a feminine tactic. I am always leery of men who watch other men's pockets. That's what he's concerned about. Y'all are paying him money. He's speaking in relation to snagging a high value man. Basically, again, this is World Star Hip Hop. Everything's a ninja. My mother-in-law got married at 70. Dumb N-word. His name is Cornbread. Cornbread says, hey, you dumb N-word. 42 sounds good to a man over 55. Well, black women, I need you to ask yourself, who is really doing you wrong? Who's really doing you wrong? Is it a man that goes by his name, who shows his face, will take your calls, listen to your situation, and give you my honest assessment? And you don't even have to pay for it when most people have to pay for it. Notice you don't hear a lot of non-black people calling into my show. Got a lot of non-black clients, but this is something I'm doing here. But yet Cornbread. So good luck with going to build a community with Cornbread. This N-word don't know what he's talking about. These low self-esteem bees calling this fool. Now, ladies, they are talking about you. This is what they're talking about. They're talking about you. He's referring to you. Understand something. That's why I decided to address this, because I need you to understand that many people have a lot invested in women like the caller staying stuck. Many people have a lot invested in the caller hearing, ain't nothing wrong with you. You're a queen. You're a goddess. You can have Boris Kojo as soon as Soul Girl is done. You can have whatever you want. All you got to do is click your heels 3 times and fly to Neverland. It's around the corner, sis. It's around the corner, goddess. It's around the corner, queen. Mm-hmm. Right. Cornbread and them would be all right. Again, listen to how they talking about you. Weak ass nigga. Not one full grammatically correct sentence. That's what you're worth. See, I started to title this, the world thinks, not the world, some people think black folks are a joke. But I said that would be too harsh. But I'm going to be honest. Black women, there are a lot of people that think you're fools, that you're a joke. They don't even try to be honest with you. Who has less respect for you? The guy who's sitting here trying to talk to you and understand and say, no, translate it for you, going through the numbers, or the guy who will just sit around and call you a bunch of B's and H's? Mm-hmm. The kid. Why do women listen to clowns like this? again, listen to the anger coming from these boys. I call them boys because nothing I said was incorrect. Now, you would think you would have more women upset, right? You would think you would have more women that would be upset. Why? Because so many of these dudes are looking, when you start talking high value and this and that and being excellent and getting out there and competing, they know they're not that. The notion of high value black men is offensive to guys like this. It's offensive because that's what white men are supposed to be. See, black men, according to guys like this, black men aren't supposed to be like guys over here. We're sellouts, we're coons, we're weak, we're all that. Listen to what Cornbread, this is what Cornbread is saying, ladies. So, and this is what you get when you hear people telling you what you want to hear. Now, here's the thing. Malcolm says this N-word is vicious and wrong. She is 42. If she's lost the weight, she can find an N-word in his 50s or 60s willing to wife her. I've seen some serious train wrecks get wiped up once they took a realistic look at life. Now, if you want to listen to Malcolm X, Y, and Z's and bank your life on that, go right ahead. See, this is my challenge to you, black women. Just like the caller last night who said, well, it's the way you talk to us. Maybe it's the way you come at us. Okay, who should talk to you? Well, Umar Johnson. They're insulting you. So I find it funny that I'm insulting you, that I'm wrong, that I'm harsh. But everybody that, go through it, scroll through it and just looking. Man, you tripping. A single mama with multiple children in her 40s is done. She can't even compete with her younger brothers, 18 to 25. And see, you got men trying to sit back and say, what are you telling this woman? That all she got to do is lose the weight, then she could just all of a sudden grab a man off the street? That's not true. If every black man in this country got married, there'll still be 2 million black women left. So, black folks, this is a joke. This type of N-word wants a perfect woman and her name is tranny. See, this is why I look directly at the women and say, are you really ready? You've been told so many lies and falsehoods to where even somebody telling a woman a statistical probability is offensive. Why? Did any of those guys sound like they were raised by a father? Did any of those guys sound like they were in the position to be able to take care of a family, provide for a family? Did any of those guys sound like they could do anything other than work fries? See, there are many men who are offended that men like myself are actually coming along and saying, no, black men, you need to do better. You need to be able to pay all the bills. Get your head right. 60 hours a week. Get out here and compete. That's offensive because they want to lay up on your couch, be mad kings, and keep D'ing you down and keep inserting babies in you without putting rings on your fingers. See, they keep telling you that guys like me are the enemy, but look at how they talk about you. Okay, Black Becky, it's not impossible for her, but her chances are slim. See, Black Becky, you go ahead and call in because I love when women like you decide to call in and think that think because you have an opinion that's going to change a mathematical probability. So you go ahead and call in Black Becky, because just like cornbread is a problem, Black Becky's a problem too. Well, it's not impossible. Is that helpful? To tell someone it's not impossible, but it's hella improbable. 3 children, over 200 pounds, never been married. 1 in 4 Black women will marry in their lifetime. So either we have a large amount of innumerate Black men or Black women, or we have, which sadly, looking at the stats, the data, the average Black boys read on the 4th grade level, we're behind. Black boys are behind. And see, when you start talking about lines of distinction and competition, it makes people mad, because there are some lazy people out there who just don't want nothing. And the fact of the matter is, you don't even have to be insulting them. It's not like you go over to their side of the table and try to insult them. They come over into your yard and do the, you ain't nothing except an N-word just like me. Ladies, leveling up. Are you ready for a high value man? You want to snag out. Here's the thing. I hear what you want. And the thing is, no, it's not impossible. Seems like we want to play the semantics game like Black Becky, but it's going to be improbable. It's improbable if you are overweight and older. You cannot weigh more than a man your height and think you have a realistic shot at finding a high value man. See, that high value thing. See, Black Becky, what Black Becky and Cornbread keep trying to tell you sisters is, no, it ain't a problem, because one of the things I look through is, oh man, y'all crazy. Women out here 40 are still getting D'd down, and they out here. See, all it was is just a bunch of disgusting talk that you had a bunch of young Black men saying, oh, you crazy. This dude in the suit is crazy. You can still get sex, Black woman. That's what they got to say about you. Cornbread, Earl, and them, that's what they think of you. They think here's the thing, they think that's what you want to hear. They know the truth. They think that's what you want to hear. See, they weren't saying that to insult me. They were saying it to soothe you, because they think that's what you want to hear. What you gonna do about that? When y'all gonna start pushing back on Cornbread, Earl, and them and saying, hey man, I don't want to hear this stuff. I want to hear the truth. When you gonna start pushing back on this goddess, mother of the earth, the Black woman is queen, and start saying, my name is Tammy. Stop calling me queen. Because men that push that stuff have an agenda. No other group of men runs around deifying their women, because there's work to do. I personally I know how women can level up to get what they want. What have I said consistently? You want to get what you want? What do you need? You need a therapist, image consultant, personal trainer, life coach, matchmaker. What have I said? Therapist, personal trainer, image consultant, matchmaker. Therapist, personal trainer, image consultant, matchmaker. But see, that is something people like Cornbread can't imagine, because Cornbread probably barely got out of high school. Cornbread ain't in nobody's college. He's in nobody's trade school. Cornbread spends his time telling Black women what he thinks they want to hear, so he can have access to your body. So he can possibly impregnate you to continue to break this cycle. When you want to level up, what do you level into? You don't want these guys, but then you want to skip the guys in the middle. You want to go from right in the middle to the intermediate, and you go right past, game on normal. You want to go over intermediate, which is that 51% of black men are in the middle class. That's intermediate. Intermediate is the 51% of black men, or the 51% of black men that are single and childless, and the 64% of black men in the middle class. That's the game on intermediate. But you want to level up and skip right past intermediate because, plumbers aren't any good, and truck drivers and HVAC technicians and accountants and janitors. Like the woman last night, the one who told on herself, said he was making $23 an hour. Well, if you do the math, that's $46,000 a year. And she said, well, I'm making $65,000 and she $80,000 in debt. I mean, again, you want to skip on up to game on advanced or insane because you cute. Okay. Are you ready for a high value man? Let's get into it. Let's get into it because here's the thing. I don't begrudge any woman for saying that what she wants. You'll never hear me come out of my mouth me telling you, nope, nope, you shouldn't want that. I'll just tell you whether or not I think it's possible. I'll answer the question. You notice I never sit back and say, oh yeah, you can't, you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that. Not to a single woman. Now to a married woman, that's different. I tell a married woman she shouldn't be leaving her husband and that kind of stuff. But to a single woman, no. But what we're about to do is we're about to open it up because I want to hear from the sisters who want to level up. Because as I start taking calls, I need you guys to understand that high value men move in a different way. They don't hang out with nobody named Cornbread. They don't deal with nobody like that. They don't move like that. They ain't tripping off that kind of stuff. These men move in a different way and they have a different expectation. Can you deal with men like that? Are you accustomed to men like that? Let's go.
Lunes. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Lunes. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
See? There we go. I don't like the way that came out.
Lunes. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero.
Get them likes up.
Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienen lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios te lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré. De money como güey. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work, yeah. El mundo quiere dinero, yeah, yeah. Money work, se arregla con dinero.
Go, Tierra.
Money work, corazón, de corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Yeah, de corazón, de corazón. Yeah. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, 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 yeah. Money work. Money work. Money work. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Lunes. Lunático.
All right, here we go. Now remember, when we call in, we be nice to you. You be nice to us. Background noise on low. No YouTube in the background. Let's get it. Let me read some of the comments as we're getting folks in. Let me get some of the comments, some of the super chat questions. Selena.
Yes.
Hold on. Let me make sure we got you to where we can hear you. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I am well. Let me see something real quick before we get into it.
Sure.
All right. Didn't get no notification. YouTube didn't want melanated people to wake up. That's true, Kevin. All right. Support. All right. Thank you for the super chats. I don't see any questions coming in, but go ahead. I'm going to drop a dime on your... Okay. So what did I get wrong about this topic?
I'm sorry. I was trying on swimsuits, and then I saw you were live because I had been trying to catch you. So to be honest, I'm not even sure what the topic is about.
Oh, you one of them folks.
I just recently discovered you.
Okay.
So I thought it was super interesting what you're doing with the ranking and the rating and all that. Yeah, I pretty much know that from watching your other videos. I think I'm probably in a what you would say an eternal 7, probably a 6.
Do you know what the topic is tonight?
No, I don't.
Okay. How old are you?
32.
All right. 32 years old.
Should I share video?
No, what you should do though, sis, is you should know what the topic is before you just call into the show. That's the polite thing to do.
I agree, but I thought I went on the live and I saw this woman twerking, so I thought it was a little bit different, like casual.
No, ma'am.
Just
ma'am.
party show.
Ma'am. Just say, I didn't give a damn about the topic. I wanted to get what I wanted to get.
No, it's not that I don't give.
Well, yeah, man, because if you saw a woman twerking, all you had to do was look down 2 inches and see the title on the show. See, I would prefer you just say the truth. I really didn't give a damn. I wanted to get what I wanted to get, and I didn't want to go on the website to book a consultation. But don't tell me you didn't see it and don't know where to look, because you're 32.
I honestly didn't even think you would let me in the room.
Oh.
Yeah.
So Again, and the reason I'm doing this, ma'am, is you want something from me, right?
Possibly.
Yes, you do want something from me. You've been trying to get into my show to call in to do what? You wanted me to do what?
I was gonna see if you were ranking tonight, but
Right.
if
So
not,
you want something from me.
yes, I would like something from
Right.
you.
And you didn't even, and is it polite to not even do what I ask?
No.
See, this is what I understand with black women. You treat black men like we're just objects. I'm older than you
Not
and
at
I'm running a show and a business. And you know that. You didn't even take the time to read the show. You just clicked in and jumped in and said, well, I'm going to take a shot. And then I'm going to just come in and ask them what I want. What if I was talking about something extremely sensitive? Would this be appropriate?
Yeah, you're right.
Well,
You're
I
right.
know I'm right, but the thing is, you know that too.
Honestly, I was waiting to get in the queue and then go back, but I just wanted to enter the room so that if there was a long line, I could make the queue. That's all. I respect your show and what you're doing. I honestly didn't think I was going to get through.
You want a rating because of what? What are you trying to find out?
If you were ranking tonight.
Okay, I am. What are you trying to find out?
Okay, yeah, that's what I wanted to know.
You want a ranking to what end, though, ma'am? Are you trying to find a husband?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's the end to which you wanted a ranking. You wanted to know where you rank to see basically what your looks are worth. That's kind of
Yes,
what it
sir.
is you're asking, right?
Yes,
All right.
that's exactly it.
Did you go to college?
I didn't finish, no.
Okay. So I'm going to say this again. Are you working right now? I mean, pre-COVID?
Yes, I still work.
Okay. What I'm saying right now is, ma'am, you wouldn't come into a company meeting because you had something on your mind, bust into the meeting, and then just start talking about what you wanted to talk about. I know you understand that. And the thing is, if we can't treat each other with a base level of respect, what's the point? That's all I'm trying to get you to understand. And even when you say it, you still hedge back and act like, yeah, it's not that big a deal. And ma'am, it is. And all I said is if you just be honest and say, you know what? Psh, I just took a shot. I wanted to get in here and see if I could get a quick ranking. I didn't really pay attention to the show or the topic of the show. At least that's honest.
Right.
32. How tall are you?
5'5",
And what dress size?
an 8.
Hey, what did you weigh what was the last time you weighed yourself?
Couple of days ago, 160.
Okay. So what does that make you? As far as your weight?
Overweight.
Okay. 5'5", 160. You know what the BMI scale is?
Yes.
Okay. BMI scale. Have you ever calculated your BMI?
Yes, I think it's 27.
Okay, and how much is it to be obese?
30 or 32.
Right. And you say you're 160?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So you're close to obese. Have you any children?
No.
Okay. And what would you rank yourself on a scale from 0 to 10? Just your face. You can't use 7.
Just the face. So I'll just say a 6.
Okay. What's the longest relationship you've ever had?
7 years in my 20s.
7 years in your 20s. What age was it over?
Around 28.
28. So from 21 to 28, you were with somebody. Okay.
Yes, and then from 28 to 30, I was with someone for 2 years.
Okay. So obvious question is going to be the guy you were with from 21 to 28, what did he do for a living?
He was in school for a while, and
What
then
did he do for a living? Just give me the title, ma'am. See, this is a simple question.
customer service.
Okay, you didn't want to say that. Why?
Because he had lots of different jobs. So.
Okay. 27 customer service. And do you want to be you want to be a wife? Do you want to have any children?
Yeah.
How many?
2.
2? Do you want to have to work to pay significant bills?
Yes, I already do.
Do you want to have to work after you're pregnant to pay significant bills with a husband?
Yeah, I'm okay with working the same amount that I do now.
Okay, so you're okay with giving birth and then having 12 weeks off and getting right back to the grind. Put your 12-week-old newborn in the daycare and paying $1,000+ a month for a newborn.
Well, with family. Yeah, I would have family watch them for her.
Okay. All right. So you're all right with working. Good. Better than that. So I got to ask you, why didn't you marry the 7-year relationship? Why didn't he ask you to marry you?
Well,
Did he propose to you? Did he
no, I'm going to say no.
No.
Because there was a proposal out of desperation because he didn't want me to leave him. So I don't
did he
really
drop
count
to
that.
one knee with a ring in public and propose to you?
No.
Then that's not a proposal. But why didn't he propose to you in year 1?
I mean, I guess a lot of excuses.
Okay, but you stayed for 7 years. Move on to the next relationship. You went from one, and how long were you out of one relationship before you got in the other one?
Not long, probably 6 months.
Okay, so you just monkey branched. So you obviously did not heal.
I did.
Yeah, you obviously did not heal or did not process. So, and why didn't you get married to the second guy?
I found out he was cheating.
Was this after the second date?
That I found out he was cheating?
Ma'am, you were together
No.
2 years. Black women tend to act like I'm asking a question. Why didn't you get married? And you found that he was cheating into the second year. There was an entire relationship before that happened. Why didn't y'all get married?
Oh, within the first year?
Yes. How long does it take? How long does it take from meeting someone to deciding to marry them to get married? How long do you think that takes?
Well, now I know it doesn't take that
How
long
long
at
do you
all.
think
A
that
year or
takes?
less. Well, then I admit I
How
was
long do you
immature
think
and
that
naive.
takes? See, I'm asking you a question, direct question. How long do you think that takes?
Oh, within the first a year.
Okay, man. I'm asking you these questions in part because of the way you came onto the show. I'm trying to assess who you are.
I get that.
And you seem to be a woman that if you were with a guy who did customer service, and I don't know what that means. Was he younger than you or older than you?
Older.
How much older?
The 2 years, not even 2 years, but a little older.
So you were just wasting time.
Yeah, I was super immature. I was going by looks back then, not
What do you mean you
really.
were super immature?
I just accepted excuses.
You mean
And
super immature, like calling into a show, not caring about the damn topic, just wanting what
I
you
never
want?
said I didn't care about it.
No, ma'am, you didn't have to say it, but you did not. It's relevant. I never waste my time. So if I'm going to do it, I'm doing it for a reason.
Okay.
So yes, I can see that you were you raised by your father?
Until he was deported, yeah.
What age was that?
I was 17.
Your father was in your house till 17?
Yes.
Where's your mother?
Like 5 minutes away.
Oh, Jesus Christ, ma'am. I didn't mean geographically. But anywho, what do you do for a living?
I'm a project coordinator.
And what is your job? What is your job description?
So I, when we have different.
Did that require a college degree to do that?
No, it didn't.
How much are you making annually?
Wow, we're going there?
Yeah. Unless you want to pay for a here's what you could do. You could easily go book it and pay for it. See, yes, it all matters. If you want my rating, because I'm trying to understand who you are, what you bring to the table.
Okay, well, I have seen other shows.
Well, ma'am, due respect, you'd already came in this thing backwards. So I mean, honestly, you don't want to answer because you're probably not gonna like my answer anyway. So I really could care less how much you make. Obviously, you're not too proud of it. At the end of the day, if you're talking about you want to get married, guys are going to want to know what they're getting with you. That's what they really want to know, what they're getting with you. You rate yourself as a 6. That's I will give you closer to an average 5, and you're overweight.
Okay.
So your relationships, you have not asked for anything. You've dealt with, middling guys. So the expectation all of a sudden to get married, who wants to marry an immature 32-year-old woman?
I gotcha. I see that you also use the fact that I was unprepared against
No, ma'am,
me.
that's not the fact that you're unprepared.
Content
The
of the
fact
show.
that it's not the fact that you're unprepared. It's the fact that I have a show, I have an audience, and you didn't give a damn about what that was. You just came in here wanting what you wanted. And I said, that's cool. Just at least say it. You kept trying to make excuses for it.
Yeah, but I've seen this happen before in your other lives, and it wasn't this combative.
And see what and I did this to prove a point. See, women like this often blame their inability to progress in life on external situations. When confronted with the reality of their choices, their decisions, they tend to shut down, then get defensive. You guys have seen it. Go back and play it. I've just asked you questions and let the you show up.
Okay, but I'm also saying.
Hello.
Hi.
You need to mute your YouTube channel in the background, please.
I already did.
Okay. How do I pronounce your first name?
You can just call me Alba.
Alba. What do you have? Are you trying to level up to get a high value man?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Um, how old are you?
28.
28. I
Yes.
can't see a picture of you. So,
I can put the video if you want.
yeah, that'd be helpful. That would help. But while we're doing that, how tall are you?
I'm 5'4".
5'4". And what dress
Yeah.
size?
I'm a size 0 and a size 2, depending on the brand.
Wow, you're like little.
Yeah, I'm tiny.
Okay. Any children?
Yes, I have a daughter.
Okay. Did you go to college?
Yes.
So when and if you get married, do you want to have to work to pay significant bills?
I would not like to do
How
that
many
if
children do you want to
possible.
have?
3.
So you want to have 2 more
I'm
children?
trying to put the video. Yeah, I would like to have 2 more.
Okay, but you have a daughter. How old is your daughter?
8.
So you had a child at 20. Do you have an IG, Instagram?
Yes. Yes.
Type your Instagram in the chat room right here, and I can easily just look at that.
Is it only you that's
Yeah, I'm
gonna
only looking
see
at
it?
it. Yeah, it's only me.
Okay.
It's only me.
Yeah, because I don't want to go public.
I got it. That's why. Um.
Okay.
So, what's
I'm
your
trying
longest
to.
relationship you've had?
I had like a 2.5-year relationship.
Was that with the
Yeah.
father of your child?
No.
How long were you with the father?
It was, well, we were like for like almost 2 years. He was my boyfriend, and then I got pregnant, and then
Uh huh.
he just didn't really want to commit when I got pregnant, and then
All
I ended
right.
up breaking it off.
Okay, and then you said the other guy, you were with him for how long?
Like 2 years, 2.5.
And why didn't he marry you? Because this was after you had a kid, right?
Yeah, well, it's different because I'm from a different country. I've only been in America for a couple of years.
Okay.
Well, more than a couple, several.
All right.
But in my country it was different. It's like more
What
acceptable,
country is that?
this kind of things. Dominican Republic.
Okay. But since we're here, you have an 8-year-old child, and the father
Yeah.
is not in the child's life,
No.
but it would still be the responsibility of a man to pay for that child. So men are going to look at more than how you look, man. I mean, you're attractive,
Thank you.
but
I know having a kid, it's not a good
what are your
thing.
looks worth?
I'm not sure, but I'm trying to get the best I can.
Of course. Well, so
Yeah.
what city do you live in? What are you, north, east, south, or west? What are you?
I'm East.
East Coast, tri-state area?
Yeah.
All right. See, a woman who's attractive, a woman who's pretty. Now, do you got body art tattoos?
No, I don't.
All right. So, here's an important question. If you were to get married, you don't want to work, you want to be a housewife.
I mean, I already have a career, but I would like to stay at home if possible.
But
I don't
what
want to have to
did you
go.
go to college or anything?
Yeah, I went to college here.
Okay, see, let me explain to you ladies something. When you say you don't want to work, you're basically asking for some of the most, you're asking for men, you're asking for outside of your looks and what you bring to the ring. Man, not working and having a child is not really a viable option.
I understand that.
So let me explain when tomorrow night's show about single mothers again. So many single mothers think that you can ask for the world and you should be begging to get a man. I know that's going to piss some women off, but the reality is men do not want to take care of another man's child. In the animal kingdom, the male comes along and kills the other man's kids.
Yeah, I understand.
So even if you're pretty and the father's not here and you don't want to work, so that means that man is going to have a problem with you having to work and be pregnant and everything else, because in your mind the fantasy is, I see other women who don't have to work, and if I had a man who made more money I wouldn't have to work. Women like you tend to give men a hard time because they can't afford you. And you're laughing because you know it's true.
It can be, yeah,
No, it's not. It
sometimes.
can't be, ma'am. I'm really good at what I do. And that's true. You laugh because it was true. You know good and well, if you're sitting in Jersey and you're having to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to get the kids ready to go to school, to deal with the to deal with this commute or that commute, for low temperatures and everything else and blah blah, because your husband, who's an accountant, doesn't make enough money for you to stay at home, but you see other people in your neighborhood, only the husband's leaving and the wife is staying at home. You don't even know what's going on in their house. All you know is you're leaving in the morning. He's going to catch shit from you about that, even passively aggressively. Well, sure, it'd be nicer if I didn't have to commute to the city. Gosh, and just come on, man. Just be honest. You don't want to work.
Are you guys saying it to me?
You said you don't want to have to work.
Yeah, I would love not to if possible.
And
but
the
if
only
it's
way that,
not,
and here's the thing, the only way that's going to be possible is if you have are you in New York, New Jersey, or Connecticut?
I'm in New York.
The only way you're going to not be able to work, if you live in New York, in the 5 boroughs, is if you have a man who is making $500,000 or more. I used to live in Manhattan. That's the only way you're not going to work, because he has to have enough money to take care of a wife, an 8-year-old, and 2 additional kids.
Yeah.
You're laughing, ma'am. This is not a laughing matter.
No. I'm saying, yeah.
But
I
are
agree
you
with
that
you.
beautiful? But honestly, are you that fine? Would you give yourself? Do you think your looks are worth a $500,000 man?
I don't know.
I ask you. I'm not asking about me. I'm asking you. When you walk down the street, do you think, hey, I look good enough to be? Yeah. Because see, men, we automatically know what we kind of qualify for. You ladies, you really out. Yeah, I really think the prettier a woman is, the more she thinks she can get. And that's cool. But have you ever had a man making that kind of money?
I have dated guys with money.
Have you ever had a man making that kind of money?
Long-term
relationship, monogamous, more than 6 months, where you were public.
No.
Then you ain't had him. You may have had a date. You may have had adult relations, but you ain't had him. So the reality is, ma'am, you are pretty from what I can see on this very small IG private photo. I mean, I really can't see much from there. You can't cam up.
I try to put the camera, but it says that you.
Okay, let me do it this way. I mean, you would have more shot than the other, but see, what's killing you is not wanting to work. Not only should you have to work. Oh yeah, you're gonna have to work, baby. You're cute. You're not fall out fine. You're gonna have to work. I mean, I'm serious, man. I'm dead serious. The only way you cannot work is if you are a strong 9. No kids. I mean, yeah. How tall did you say you were? 5? What?
5'4".
A dress size 0.
Yeah, or a 2, depending on the brand.
Yeah, I'll give you a 6. Because my scale, okay. Beyonce, that area, that's around that 8 range. Kelly Rowland's around that 9. I would not put you in the same ballpark. And you have a kid. But I got to ask you another question. If you got married, would your husband be able to discipline your child, your daughter? Would he be able to corporally punish, give her a whooping if he needed to?
A whooping? I don't believe in physical
Okay,
punishment.
then you need to stay single until your child leaves. See, you just said that a man needs to come and put you in. Listen to what you basically said. I am so fucking hot that you need to accept me, my daughter, who has all these bills. Do you have student loan debt?
No.
You need to expect me, my daughter. You need to pay the price like you made her. Yet, I am the only one that can discipline her. No, man.
I don't believe in physical
punishment. I don't care what. Okay, That's why, because you're a single mother and you've never had to parent or cooperate with a man. That's why I said, are you ready to level up? And you're not. You're not ready for a relationship.
So in order to level up, I have to allow
In
the
order
man
for
to
in order
spend
to in order to in order to have a
child.
high value man, he has to be able to take care of the house. With all the children are his. Are they all his financial responsibility? Case in point, if you did find a man making that kind of money and you were able to stop working, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you had two more kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then something happens. Mom is gone. Daughter, the two boys and the girl do something wrong, and they need they big. He can whoop the two biological kids, but he can't touch your kid. Do you don't think those kids will know the rules are
No, I
different?
think he
Listen,
can discipline everybody, but
listen,
not
listen.
physically.
Okay, you're not hearing. Those kids would know that there's a line which daddy, he's a toothless lion. That's your child, ma'am. And that's why you need to stay single, because you decided to have a child without the benefit of a marriage. And so many of you single women decide to go out and make a baby before you marry. And then you want to try to retrofit a family around a man and use him as a walking wallet, and he has no responsibility. Hell to the no. That is completely unacceptable. I don't care if you don't believe in corporal punishment. If her biological father had her, could he whoop her if he wanted to? Could you stop him? No, because biologically he belongs to her. You can't stop him. You can stop a non-biological father. This is why men are not signing up to be stepfathers, because it is a crappy deal. And women like yourself want men to come in and clean this mess up. You want him to come and put you in a house in the suburbs, allow you not to work. And what are you going to do? Give him two kids? There are plenty of women who are willing to do that with a fresh womb.
I see.
You're not that attractive to get that high of a price. In my opinion,
Okay,
ma'am,
good to know.
you will be fortunate to get a guy that you could work with.
All right.
And any man that would be willing to do that and take on your daughter, you should be happy that he's willing to do that.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
I'm
It's kind of harsh, man, because I don't understand why so many women think that they should just come in here and take care of my kids, and I don't believe in corporal punishment. Well, then you better go ahead and keep that kid. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Good. How are you?
First name, Andrea.
Yep, this is Andrea.
How old are you?
I am 30.
30. Is that your picture?
Mhm. That is very much my picture.
So what did I get wrong about the level up, or are you ready to level up to find a high value man?
I feel like I'm leveled up to find a high value
Is that
man,
your
but of
dog in the
course I have
background?
that is, he hears me talking, so he wants me to come get him.
Yeah, well, strike one.
A puppy.
How tall
A
are
puppy.
you?
I am 5'8", 140.
What dress size?
I would say like a 6'4"-ish.
Okay, and what city do you live in?
Houston.
Houston. What's the longest relationship you've ever had?
Longest relationship I had was in college, 2 years.
And how long?
Or right after.
So your college was over at what, 22?
Yep, 21 for me.
So 21. So you had a 2-year relationship in college, and then for the last 8 years, what have you been doing?
So I worked corporate.
Okay.
I traveled a little bit. I'm born and raised in Houston, but I recently just moved.
Okay. You're breaking up. So
I'm kind of that. I just
hold
watched
on.
one of your
Can you hear
last
me?
entrepreneur
You're breaking. Hold on.
hairstylists. I am one of those girls.
Hey.
But I mean,
Can you not
would
hear
you
me?
call them a radio?
She can't hear me. I'm not. Oh Lord. Hey, you need to take me off Bluetooth. and I'll unmute you. I can't hear you. You're over talking me. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
You were over talking me.
Oh,
Am I
okay,
on
I'm sorry.
speakerphone?
You are.
Can you take me on speakerphone, please?
Okay.
Because you can't hear me.
But how do I?
There's Jasmine and there's Solina. So, hello.
I'm here.
So, you ended up not getting. You had a 2-year relationship in college, but I asked you, what did you do since college? You said you had a job in corporate America, and great. But plenty of women get married right after college. I saw tons of white women get married. Why? What were you doing?
I just felt like the guy I was with at the time, to be honest, he wasn't ambitious enough for me.
Wait a minute.
I knew I
Wait a
wanted.
minute. You didn't claim a relationship in your after college.
Wait, say it again. I didn't claim a
You
relationship.
said the longest relationship you had was when you were in college.
Mm-hmm.
That's until age 22. And I said, what did you do after that? So you're accounting for the years 22 to 30. You didn't have a relationship in that time, or did you?
I did not.
Okay, what were you doing in those years of 8 years of being single while white women were getting married?
I was doing me.
Hold on.
Like,
and I said white women for a reason. I am triggering them. Yes.
I don't care if they white or black.
Well, you were doing you. What does that mean?
I was figuring out who I was.
Okay.
So I have sisters.
So how many men did you have to go through to figure that out? I'm
still going through them.
Okay. Were you raised by your dad?
Stepdad.
In the house. So no, you weren't. Okay. You weren't raised by dad.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you play the sorority?
I did not.
Okay. What are you doing with that phone? Okay. Here's what I need you to do. Okay. Can you sit down?
Yes.
This girl is tripping.
I'm not tripping.
Yes, you are, ma'am. I need you to pay attention, okay? I'm about to be real.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I got a show with almost 4,000 people watching, and you walking around the house with a barking dog, pouring water, this all lackadaisical, like this is no big deal. No, that's not acceptable. I need you to, if you want me to talk to you seriously, I need you to sit down like you're at work and focus.
I'm here.
So you were doing you.
Mm-hmm.
Stepdad was not dad. Who's helping you sift through these men?
I would say nobody with my mom's first husband, but with my mom's second husband, who she's been married to for 18 years, was definitely in my life. Definitely. But he was not dad. So
who's helping you sift through these men? Okay, you pick your own men. Then after you pick them, you introduce them to them. You live in Houston, yes?
Mm-hmm.
And after college, you just been doing you.
Mm-hmm.
And you pick men based upon what?
Interest level.
Which means to black women starts off with looks and or swag.
No, not for me.
Oh, okay. So
interest level for me is the level of interest.
So you pick men based off character and morals initially?
How they treat me? Absolutely.
Well, you can't know that until you're interested.
See, I know that by the way they approach me.
Okay.
I know that by the things they speak about.
Okay, ma'am. All right. If I had to get all of your exes in a room, what do you think they would say being like you is? What is it like being with you?
I'm cool. I'm fun. But I'm also very masculine in some ways, more ways than one. I think it would definitely be like.
And why can you whoop somebody's ass?
A couple people. I don't just
Really? What size are you again?
No, I don't want to fight nobody. I'm 5'8", 140, 145.
Yeah, you talk shit, but you can't back it up.
A little bit. Why I gotta back it up physically?
Because that's what talking shit is supposed to do with you masculine ass women. See, there's a low level threat of violence between men. See, if you talk shit to a man as a man, you might get that furniture knocked out your mouth, but as women, you can just run off at the mouth and do the shit that you do and think it's funny. See this little hee chuckling stuff, it's not cute. That may fly with them simps and punks you deal with. That don't fly with men. I see what you are. You're cuter than normal, and you've been on the CC picking men who you think, but ain't nobody wifed it, and ain't nobody been in a relationship with you since 22. And the problem is dead in the mirror.
So that's my rating?
See, guys, here's the problem with these eternal sevens, as the caller is. Eternal sevens are used to being in a position where they condescend to men, because the men, remember I told you the 8s, 9s, and 10s get married and scooped up early on, and they sit out here and do them. And then when they get to 30 years old, and all of a sudden they decide now I really want to get serious about a man. But you find out that women like yourself, ma'am, you have no skills to deal with men, much less high-level men. Zero.
I think that's why I called.
No, but see, the problem is that's cool. But in order to be able to work with a high-level man, it's going to require, number one, I always suggest therapy. That's number one. Number two, whatever it is that it's a base of your low-level disrespect and contempt for men, you're going to have to check that. But as far as high-level men, ma'am, you may, quote-unquote, look the part, but the femininity is not there. The cooperative. Mm-hmm. I mean, I said it when you got on the phone. I heard the dog in the background. And all these are tells to guys like myself. 30, cute, dog, problem. You're on the phone, you're not really paying attention. It's all about you, man. That's cool. If you got guys who are blue pill beta male simps trying to suck your toenail, but guys like myself, you got to chase us. You got to not chase us. You got to be one of the women in the room trying to vie for our attention. High-level men don't chase. And I ask you a simple question, man. Where's your history of cooperating with a man? Regardless as to how you look and what your degree is in your career, where's your history of cooperating with a man?
So like I said, my stepdads, they like really just let me be me. So
the answer is, ma'am, where's your history of cooperating with the man in a romantic, interpersonal level, not your stepdad?
No, I haven't done that.
Then, ma'am, why do you think you can all of a sudden just see what you're asking about is where you're ranked, but what is your looks? Okay, let's say you were drop dead gorgeous, and then what? That's why I asked you, what is it like to be with you? And you really don't know.
No, I do. I know everything that you just told me. And honestly, that's why I called.
No. I asked you, what would your exes say what it's like to be with you? Have you ever asked them? Have you ever sat your exes down and said, well, your last ex was in college. You haven't had a long.
But can I tell you, I can still call him right now.
But it doesn't matter, man, because that was almost. Stick the dog in the closet somewhere. I mean, seriously, you haven't had a long-term relationship and going on a decade. That's unusual. Why?
Rudy, you got to be quiet.
Why?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Why would a woman in the fourth largest city like Houston? Why is it so hard for you to get a man?
It's not hard for me to get a man, honestly. Like,
why can't you keep a
man? Because everything you just said is true, and I think that is like my defense mechanism, to be honest.
Okay. Well, in order to overcome that, you're gonna have to do some therapy and some work. Because what did I say? 27 to 35 is what? Danger zone. Do you want children?
I do.
Okay. And I laugh because a lot of women get pets as a substitute for where a kid normally would be. See,
sir, I have 8 nieces and nephews. I'm not.
All right, and
pressed
here
about a
goes a
child.
sassy black girl attitude. I don't need this shit. Good luck with you. You can have all the nieces and nephews you want. They apparently they had luck with men that you didn't.
No, I'm saying
So
that's what
apparently they
happens.
had luck with men that you didn't. See, what is that? What is that shit supposed to do for me? Check your attitude,
Sir.
chick. I mean, seriously, check your attitude. Pull that shit on somebody you can do. Pull it on. You can't pull it on me. I'm trying to help you, and you want to come out. I got 18 nieces and nephews. You don't have
No,
your. You
I'm
don't
saying
have your.
that to
You
say
don't
that's
have a
why.
man. You don't have a man. You don't know how to cooperate with men, and if you want to have what you want, you're gonna have to learn what men are. But your instinct is to fight. I have triggered you purposely several times here, and your first instinct is to attack back. You ain't that bad. You cannot handle it if a man decides to attack back.
I can. I'm accepting everything that you're saying. I'm waiting for like something that's going to help.
I've already told you what's
And
going to
have
help.
said a lot
I've
of
already
things.
told you what's going to
Absolutely
help.
have. And I'm
Therapy.
listening.
I've already
And
told you what's going
receiving.
to. Okay, all right. See, and when I say something, I've already told you what's going to help. Therapy. Why haven't you sought it?
No, I when you said it, I said okay.
But
I
okay.
agree with you.
But
Like,
why
okay,
haven't
that's
you? Why
why
haven't
I
you
need to
sought
sign
it?
agree.
Why haven't you sought it to date?
Realistically, this is a form of therapy for me. Talking to
No,
you.
ma'am, it's
I've been
not.
watching
No,
your
no,
YouTube
ma'am. No, no.
videos
See,
all
all
day.
right, bish. No. See, this is crazy. No,
Yeah.
nope. Done. See, not gonna deal with this. Get off my phone. Lost cause. Strag alert. Strag alert. Strag alert. Anytime you see an eternal 7, here's the tells, guys. Generally, they're in shape. Eternal 7s, anywhere from 28 to 36, and they own some sort of little yapping dog. College educated, so-called career. Run from them. So we'll go ahead and give her the drum roll. See, women like her get upset when they can't get men to just bow down and listen to them, because she's used to men putting up with her little sassy attitude to try to get a whiff of her tail. You ain't that special to me. I've had better and will continue to get better. And see, that's what high value men who have something, they have the ability to tell you to shut the French toast up. And you don't like it. Here's the thing. How about this? Watch this. Do you have any home training? Do you have any home training? You do? Then why would you call a person's business line after hours? It's almost midnight. Why would you call my business line? Why would you call my business line and darn near midnight?
Oh, I'm sorry. I must have the wrong number.
Right. It said exactly who I am. It announced the business and everything.
Well, I'm looking for someone.
I have time for you silly people. See, Jasmine, I'm going to mute you. Guys, understand something. Women like her, arguing gets them sexually excited. She was getting aroused. And that's dysfunctional. Women like that will, even if you were a perfect man, she would cause discontent just to fight so she could get aroused. It is unnatural. It is unusual for an attractive woman to have a 10-year span with no relationship. Red flags. Jasmine, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you, Kevin?
Good. How old are you?
I'm 29.
Selena, I see you, and Taylor, I see you. Selena, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? How old are you?
I'm 24.
And Taylor, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
And how old are you?
I'm 25.
Okay, I'll get back to you, so Taylor and Selena, after I deal with Jasmine. Jasmine,
Okay.
Yes,
what's going on? Are you trying to level up to find a high value man?
I am.
Okay. Well, and you're how old again?
I'm 29.
29.
Danger zone.
You know that's that. You have any kids?
No,
Yay! No kids. All right. So, how tall are you?
I'm 5'7",
Dress size.
10,
Dress size 10. And how much did you weigh the last time you weighed yourself?
180.
Okay. How many kids do you want to have?
2.
2? Just 2?
Yes,
Only 2,
just
not
2.
3? Okay. And what side of the country do you live in? Northeast, south, west?
I'm in the South.
Okay. And when you get pregnant, do you don't have to work to pay significant bills?
You know,
All right. And I'm assuming you probably want to live in a nice home in the suburbs somewhere, middle class living. I'm assuming you want your own car. Your husband has his own car.
right?
You want the kids to be able to go. You want the kids to be in public school, private school, what?
Public school.
Okay. Would you want a housekeeper, nanny, anything like that? Are you gonna do all the work around the house?
No,
Okay.
no, I'm meticulous about my
Okay.
cleanliness. So,
So, what state are you in?
Georgia,
All right. So, how much do you think a man would have to make to afford a wife and 2 kids in the suburbs with the things like with the setup I just said? How much do you think he would need to make?
between 200 and 300K to be comfortable and taking vacations and such.
How? Okay. Now, were you raised with your mother and father?
No,
Just your mother?
I was mostly raised by like my community, like with my mother, but my grandparents helped a lot.
But you live with your mother?
Currently, I do, but literally about to move out in a month.
Okay. Well, when you were a kid, who did you live with?
My mother
That's
and
my.
my grandparents.
All right. So, did you go to college?
Yes, I just graduated
Okay. Why are you living it with your mother at 29?
because I had to pay for school out of pocket.
Okay. You didn't take out any
And
loans?
I did.
Uh,
I had exhausted my loans because I ended up double majoring.
how much debt are you in?
80,000.
No. You've pretty much signed your death warrant.
Okay.
Why? The biggest thing,
Pressure from
the
family.
biggest thing is your weight, which is 100% controllable. What's the most you've ever
Right.
weighed?
195.
That's more than a man your size. And
Right.
what men who are making the kind of money that a man would need to make puts him in the top 3% of earners in this country. 3 out of 100. And that's not adjusted for race. 3 out of 100. Ma'am, do you
Okay.
arguably see men who in that range take a 30-year-old woman who's almost 200 pounds and $80,000 debt and put them up as a wife to sit in the house and not work? He's got to pay for you, 2 kids, and your $80,000 worth of useless debt.
Right.
Why did you do this?
Pressure from family.
But you're
I was
a
always
grown woman,
taught it
man.
was.
You're not 10. You're 30. That doesn't work.
So you want to know about why do I weigh what I weigh?
Well, I want to know why you decided to get in this kind of debt, why you weigh what you weigh, why you're almost 30. You're not 19. I'm
Right.
expecting a 30-year-old woman to tell me why she made the choices she made.
When it comes to school,
Yeah.
I felt the pressure from family that it was something that I had to do.
Okay.
And
And what your double major was what?
Business administration and accounting.
Okay. Well, therapy is be good, ma'am, but here's the net of it. Just from a straight looks component, you weigh too much. And
Okay.
I think you know that. I don't understand
I
why.
do.
But I get it. But as an intelligent, educated woman, I don't understand why more Black women don't do something drastic about their weight. I don't understand why so many sisters just sit back and like, well, I got a cute face, and the fat landed in places to where guys like it, so somebody will take it. No, ma'am. And why don't you want to work?
Just because I was always taught that that's what you should do, but I can tell that I wasn't raised to do that.
Are you raised to be a housewife?
I was taught how to cook and clean
Were
and
you raised to
rub his
be a
head.
Were you raised to be a housewife and to serve men?
Yes, I had to help serve around my house.
Okay. I don't have. I have to tell people get to, ma'am. At 30 years old, you should be a little bit more on the ball. You're talking about people made you do stuff, and you're a fully grown woman. See, I'm not the type that sits around and cuts slack for 30-year-old women.
Right.
You're responsible. You made these choices, and now you got to deal with it. You're going to work. 72% of mothers in this country have to work. You're not special. You're no different than those women. You're going to have to work to pay off. Okay, who was going to pay off your debt, your student loan debt, if you never got married?
I was going to have to
Then
pay
that's
it
who's
off.
still going to have to take care of it. A man's not going to come by. You think the men are going to come by and go to a trade school or something else, not acquire that debt, and then come on and take you? Man, that's a lot to ask for, man. That's really unfair.
Okay.
What you're asking for is way outside of, I'll just say it this way, a nicer way. The women are the kind of stuff you're talking about either are very young and like in their 21 to 25, and they get men who are in their like 35 to 45. Hot little things get older men and can get that.
Okay.
You're about to be get closer to middle age, about to hit the biological wall. You got to drop these unrealistic standards down. First off, you need to get some therapy.
I'm in therapy.
Okay, cool. But then you also need to get a personal trainer. You need to drop the weight. And then live a happy life. And if a man comes along, he comes along. But a man is not a get out of jail free card. He's not a make everything go right. And sadly, the way you're talking or coming across is you just think a man is going to come along and just do a genie and make 3 wishes. And that's too much for anybody to deal with.
Okay. So I'm not being realistic in that regard.
You're not being realistic. No, ma'am. I mean, you're not being realistic. See, this is why I asked about men, and you don't know what men are there for and what we do. We're not just walking wallets to grant wishes. Right. You're supposed to get married to be of help to him. You're looking to get married for him to be of help to you.
Okay.
Whoa, whoa,
I
whoa,
didn't look
whoa,
at it
whoa,
that
whoa,
way.
whoa, whoa. But see, in the black community, black women think that men are supposed to be there to fix y'all. No, you're supposed to be of assistance to him. He's not supposed to be of assistance to you. You never heard that
Right.
you're
Because
supposed to be
I'm the
a
helpmeet.
helpmate? Right.
Right.
All right. Best of luck.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mhm.
I'll say it again. I don't know why y'all think y'all can be overweight and demanding high value men. Selena, you can unmute yourself. Your picture's not up there. Hey, but what did did I get something wrong? What's up?
Well, first I would like for you to check out my Instagram before.
Okay, I don't know your Instagram, but you can.
I'm about to put it in the chat now.
And how old are you?
I'm 24.
Okay. And how'd
But
you
I don't
find
think
my
you got
channel?
me. Oh, you really just popped up in my suggestions.
Okay, cool. So what can I help you with?
Okay, so right now I am in therapy. I've been in therapy for about a year.
Okay.
I am a college grad. I do want to go back to school, and I definitely want to work. I think 2 incomes are definitely better than 1.
Okay.
I am a little nervous because
What are
you
you in
are
therapy
like,
for?
I guess daddy issues.
Okay.
So I wanted to get that sorted out earlier on so I can just go ahead and be, free to love.
Okay. So ultimately, this is that high value thing. And are you saying you want a high value man or husband?
Yes, I do. I definitely do.
What
My
is a high
brother is
value man? What is a high value man as a husband? What is his benefit to you? No, I understand what he is. What is his benefit to you?
To lead and provide and to make sure our family grows in the right direction.
Well, you don't have to be a high value man to do that.
Okay.
So let's be honest. What's a high value man's benefit to you?
Well, I think I consider myself, I don't want to say a 10 or a 9, but
what's a high
I would
value
like
man's
a high value man.
What if you say what?
I would like a high value man.
Of course you would.
Mean, I just
but what is his benefit to you?
The experience of dating would be different.
Why?
The lifestyle would be different.
Why?
Because his mentality is different.
Let's go ahead and get to it. A high value man's benefit to you would be money and resources.
Even if I have my own money?
I've asked you several different ways, man, but you won't get to it.
Okay, money and resources.
I mean, do you want to tell the truth or not? Because
please.
you said a high value man because he can lead in this and that. Well, you don't have to be a high value man. High value men are rare. That means that if you're not a high value man, you can't lead a family. That's not true. Dating and lifestyle, dating would be different. No, it wouldn't. Not necessarily. Where you might go may be different. And life and mentality, not necessarily. Let's get to it. A high value man would benefit you because of money. And that's okay. But you need to say it.
Okay, money and resources.
All right. And then what are your looks worth?
Well, most people say I should model, and I'm very beautiful. So, but again, I sent you my Instagram for you to go decide on it for yourself.
I got it, but I'm asking you, what are your looks worth?
To me, it's worth a lot because that's the first thing that people see about you. Like that's the first thing that.
Where would you rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10? And you can't use 7, just your face.
Just my face, I would say an 8.
And do you think 8s get men who are in the top 10%? Top 5%? Actually, not top 10%. Well, actually, what you want is closer to men in the top 5 or top 1%. Because how many kids do you want to have?
Maybe just one or two.
One? No, you don't. No, one. Do you want to work?
Yes, I want to work.
All right. See, one of the things I think women should understand is just because you may be attractive, that doesn't automatically mean that you get a high value man. That just means you're in a high value conversation. High value men are less than 10% of the population. And for the kind who can take care of an entire family, that's 5 to. So if you're talking about 10 men who are making 6 figures or more, that's fine to want it, man. But it's really unrealistic for most women to get that. So would you not marry? Would you not date a man if he's not high value? If he's not earning 6 figures? What you go to school? What are you going to school for?
I went to school for biology. I want to go I want to go get my master's in MD or
PA. And do what with it?
Either dermatology or a physician's assistant to a dermatologist.
And how much do PAs make?
About $100K a year.
Where?
In Georgia.
Okay. You're about to price yourself out of the market, young lady.
How?
Because high value men get to decide. It's competitive.
But okay,
okay, you asked. You can. Okay, don't give me the whiny thing. I'm just telling you. Don't get offended. I'm just saying high value men. Okay. There are 100 women in a room, right?
Okay.
And 20 of them are 8s, 9s, and 10s. Okay? 20 of them fall in that range, right? Only 10 of the men fall in the $100,000 or more. So automatically it's 2 to 1. And the higher up in income you go, the more narrow it gets. It's all tilted to the men at this side. So you may be attractive, but you got to be prettier than the next girl, the next woman, and everything else. If you're only looking at men who are in the top 10%, that means 9 out of 10 men you're overlooking. And ma'am, you're right there on the cusp. I would give you an adjustable 6. That means you can't.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I understand this is hard.
No, I wanted to hear what you have to say.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead. No, you go ahead. I know this is hard to hear. Go ahead.
No, it's not hard to hear.
I said I would give you an adjustable 6. What do you think about that?
An adjustable 6. I don't necessarily agree with that. Just based off of where I go, different types of men, black men, white men.
Where do you go?
Out to the store.
What store?
Out and about.
What store?
Sprouts.
Give me Sprouts. Okay, you go to
different.
So do
malls.
you? So what mall?
Maybe like Lenox.
Right.
Perimeter,
I live here too, ma'am.
Malls.
What Sprouts are you talking about? There's not a cover charge to get in Sprouts.
It's not a cover charge, but
what store do you go to in Lenox Mall?
Just different stores.
What store do you go to in Lenox Mall?
Why does that have to be so specific?
Are you really think you're gonna play this with me?
I'm not trying to play anything.
Answer the question or get off
saying.
my phone. I asked you, what store do you go to? What stores are you talking about? See, and what you've already proved right there, man, is you don't have the attitude to deal with a high value man. That little sass ain't gonna fly. Who do you think you're talking to?
I'm talking to Kevin Samuels.
Yeah,
That's
and a man who knows what it means to be high value, has high value clients, and telling you you're not what you think you are. And that bothers you. And I ask you, what stores do you go to? What stores do you go to in Lenox Mall? Give me some stores.
Maybe like Armani Exchange, Macy's.
Okay, the cheap stores. See, I live in Neiman Marcus. I live in Louis Vuitton. I live in Cartier. I live in Fendi. I live in Carolina Herrera.
Well, I don't really like.
I don't care what you like. That's where high value men go. See, they don't go to Macy's. Middle class people go to Macy's. No offense. Middle class chicks go to Macy's. See, you
But you
don't.
can
No,
be a
ladies,
high
don't
value
talk
woman
to
and
me. You
still just
listen because
walk.
I know it's hard to hear when you think you're better than you. I get it. I get it. But see, you let people talk long enough and they'll tell you, oh, you are. I gave you an adjustable 6. That's not an insult. Unmute yourself.
I'm not insulted by that.
Oh, yes, you. Oh, ma'am.
I was at. In
See,
fact, I was
first of all,
expecting to
what I
hear
need you to
that.
do is when I start speaking, I need you to go ahead and allow me to speak. You're starting to speak louder, and you're starting to raise your tone. That is a tell. What do I do for a living or for a career?
Could you repeat that one?
What's my profession?
You are an image consultant and
Right.
a YouTuber.
Right. I'm an image consultant. YouTube is just something I do, which means I package people, which means it is my profession to evaluate men and women. So when I get paid to do this, you having somebody tell you at Sprouts you should model is great. But when you go to an actual
No, not at Sprouts, but also in college.
lady,
In college as well.
oh Jesus!
I'm just saying.
Okay, see, it's very hard for women to hear that they're not as hot as they think they are. See, if you had to go get an actual agent, they would send you to somebody like me, and they would actually give you an up and down evaluation. If you actually had to go do real modeling, you would have to come out in a really skimpy bikini so they could look at all your imperfections. Have you ever done any of that?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Has anyone signed you?
I've had some
Has
offers, but I
anyone
didn't take those
signed
offers
you?
because I wasn't sure
Has
what I wanted to.
anyone signed you? Has anyone signed you? See,
Yes. Yes.
guys, understand
yes,
something.
Yes.
Guys, understand
yes.
something. When you're dealing with a certain kind of, this is best of luck, ma'am. Trying to find a high value man at Macy's. Good luck.
Good luck to you. You just lost a subscriber.
I'm fine. I'm fine, little silly. I'm fine, little silly girl. See, you tell a woman you cannot tell black women the truth without them getting mad. But since you think I don't know what I'm talking about, we can go ahead and put your IG up there and let the crowd decide. Since I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Fashion model. Okay? I wasn't trying to be insulting to you, but see, when you think you're more than you are, people tend to get really pissed off. Oh, yeah. Oh, that would be too easy. I'm going to do a series, guys. I'm going to do a series, and I'm just going to juxtapose women are either Chick-fil-A or Popeyes. See, the girl I just talked to was Popeyes. Popeyes know they got good chicken. Popeyes don't give a damn about service. You go into Popeyes, the people behind there got tattoos, colored hair, looking crazy. They don't greet you when you walk in. It'll be 32 minutes on chicken. They don't care if the lines is long. Popeyes is a schizophrenic experience. They on their phone acting silly, whatever. And before them chicken sandwiches came, it didn't make no difference. But you go to Chick-fil-A and you have black women who would have worked at Popeyes hires, and you notice most of the people who work in Popeyes tend to look like us. But go to Chick-fil-A and you'll see black women in there acting completely different. Welcome to Chick-fil-A. How may I help you? Hi. My name is Adjustable 6. What can I get for you? Would you like that supersize? Would you like lemonade? Would you like that diet? Great. That'll be $10.77. Would you like any sauce with that? Thank you, sir. come back to Chick-fil-A. It doesn't matter. In the drive-thru, walk up. Even Chick-fil-A has delivery service now. And young lady came over in a nice Chick-fil-A van with the Chick-fil-A logo on there and had the Chick-fil-A mask, and she was just as friendly. My total was like $12. I gave her a $10 tip because she was so pleasant. My bag was bagged up over here, sandwiches done, the napkins in there, right? Another bag for condiments. I mean, just A-level presentation, smiling, happy to be there, handing me my order, and didn't expect anything else. I was going to get my wallet, and she was leaving. I was like, no. I gave her $10. Thank you. She's like, oh, thank you, sir. See, high value men want Popeyes. Don't want Popeyes women. They want Chick-fil-A women. That last chick, straight up Popeyes. I went to Popeyes today. Shout out if you're the Uber driver that drove me. Get your order wrong. You order something that ain't even right. You pay with $100 bill. They want to give you $70 in ones back. You know, they so busy worrying about your bags. They can't get your order right. You got to ask for everything. Where's the lid? Where's the straw? Where's the fork? Where's the napkins? Where's this? And then you look at it. I didn't order fries or the Cajun rice, but understand they put the chicken sandwich in there, but the fries, they just threw the fries in the bag, not even put the fries in the bag. Just threw the fries in the bag. And I'm in there with the driver laughing. I'm like, you know what, buddy? Stay away from Popeyes, black women. Get you a Chick-fil-A black woman. See, you got 2 black women in Atlanta. One work with Popeyes. You can't be a Popeyes chick working at Chick-fil-A. It ain't your dark skin. It's your funky attitude. Adjustable 6. The reason nobody signed you is your funky attitude. The reason why your ass are being sprouts trying to find a husband or thinking Brad is telling you something because he want to fetishize you to take a walk on the wild side, thinking if you don't get the French toast out of here. Hey, Taylor, unmute yourself.
Hi, Kevin. How are you?
Hi. Ignore everything you just heard.
Okay. Okay.
I'll be nice to you. You be nice to me.
My question is in regards to the topic.
Okay.
So I am currently dating a high value man.
Okay.
But I want to know, how do I level up to match his level?
Okay. What do you mean level up to match his level? What does that mean to you?
Hello?
I'm here.
Oh, did you hear my question?
Yeah, you said you want to level up to match his level. And I said, what does that mean to you?
So that means to me, not only just like style wise and clothes wise, like I have elevated my style and, really taken
How old are
consideration
you?
into the things that I wear.
How old
like
are you?
How they look. I'm 25.
25. And
I'm
how old is
25.
he?
Yeah.
How old is he?
He's much older
I get it.
than I am.
I know, but I just need to know I don't need to know exact. But how old?
So he's in his late 40s.
And see, we need to stop shaming that in the black community. That's normal everywhere in the world. If you want a high value man,
Yes, I
understand
agree.
something.
He says the
Listen
same
to what I'm
thing.
about to say. If you want a high value man, black women, understand you should be in your 20s. He should be in his late 30s or 40s, because it takes a man that long to become high value. To answer your question, young lady, you cannot match his level his way. You match his level with your femininity. He can buy things.
Right.
He can't buy femininity. Are you cooperative?
Very, yeah.
When you guys go out, do you make him look better?
Yes.
When you are out with his colleagues, how do you get along with the other women?
I'm very cordial, very polite. I listen. I don't try to
Do they ever
take center
How long
stage.
you guys been together?
Only a few months.
Okay. The real test is going to be how the women interact with you. You're looking to start
Right.
getting invited to Starbucks, Panera Bread. You're looking to start to get invited to things with them away from the events. Because what he doesn't need you to match his level his way. He needs you to match his level in an FBI way. Meaning
Right.
you make him look good by making a good impression upon the women of the men he finds important. How
Okay.
often do you ask him, hey, honey, we're going to this American Heart Association ball. Who do we need to impress? Who do we need to talk to? What do we need to do to make sure you come out of here looking golden?
How often do we have that
How often do you
conversation?
that's the conversations you need to be having with him.
Right. Not in like that exact example, but when
But
we
you
do
understand
go
what I'm
out, I kind of
saying.
ask him. Yeah, I do. Like
Okay.
when we do go out, I ask him, hey, like, does this look good with our outfit? Like, are we coordinating? Like, are we matching?
Now,
Like,
I'm asking to
look
take
like
it to the next level though. But what I said is
Right.
after you got the look, you need to know he's going there for a reason. Honey,
Right.
why are we going? What's the outcome? What is it? And how can I help you get that? You're trying to impress your boss? Great. And ask him for a little guidance. Because that's what he needs. He needs you to be high value men look for women to be able to work a room, network, and soften their rough edges. You can have
Right.
the visual look, but sis, many women can look the part. It's the way in which
The
you
soft skills.
the way in which you act or interact is what determines whether or not you're here or there. Even though this is a horrible ending, there's a movie by the name of Casino. I don't know if you've ever watched it.
No.
Casino is a movie that stars Al Pacino, Joe Pesci, and Sharon Stone. The character of Ace Rothstein, played by Al Pacino, his wife, played by Sharon Stone, she plays a character by the name of Ginger. High value men want women to operate like Ginger. Go watch how after it's probably about a third of the way into the movie, they got married, and you will see how she became Mrs. Rothstein. Whatever his last name is, you're auditioning for his last name.
Right.
They make sure you get the part.
Right.
Got it?
Got it.
Thanks. See?
Thank you so much for taking my call.
See, she can actually win because she has the right attitude. That last person, straight up, my precious, I can't get this. I didn't tell you can't get that. No. See? OG is not being mean or harsh or rude. Look, how could I tell the young lady something to actually help her if I didn't know what I was talking about? But I would say this to the previous caller: who would want to take that out with them and then have her get around Taylor and Mr. Thompson and so for her to start talking and all of a sudden turn on that snappy sister girl attitude when her little ego gets affected and start just puking all over the place and say, you know what? Man, Keith is a really good guy. He's an up and comer, but I don't know. His girlfriend's kind of special. Make sure we don't invite them back to the next outing. No, don't tell him. We don't want to tell Keith though. You know, he's a good producer. We'll just keep that between us. Next thing you know, Keith's not getting invited to stuff because of old Popeyes over there. Yeah, I'm calling you. Yeah. Yeah. Say something. See, I don't dox people, but it wouldn't be doxing putting you out there. But there's no need. I'm not gonna give you any publicity. You played yourself. And that's the sad part. So many women want high value men and think because you cute, you are an adjustable 6. You are not Beyonce level. You damn sure ain't Kelly Rowland level. And get yourselves a cashier at Sprouts told you need to model. Don't mean you get to put that on your IG. You know, model. I'm a brain scientist. I'm a rocket surgeon. Okay. All right. So like I say, the same thing happens over here. Always the same.
Baby nice to me, baby nice to us.
We be nice to them, they be nice to us. Everybody, thank you for joining in. I mean, we've cracked 4,100 people, guys. For the people who are new, I do try to inject a little humor. I do try to inject a little wit, because some of these subjects are heavy. Sometimes I'm telling people some things they want to hear. Sometimes I'm telling people some things that they don't want to hear. And that's hard. I make room for the fact that it's hard. It's like the previous caller, not the third caller, the woman who was 29, who was in debt. I realized that she understood that she was in a problematic place. There's no need to dogpile on that. I just made sure that she understood where I was going from and moved on. But like the first caller was problematic. That's why I just cut her off, because I'm not going to argue with you. And then the young lady down in Houston with the yipping dog, see, her and the Sprouts Popeyes girl share the same thing. See, Popeyes, recognize that chick with the dog, that's your future. She is at 29 where you will be if you keep this up. Go back and I can tell you this. Go back and play the Houston girl call with the Atlanta girl call and listen. Watch them get triggered in a similar place. Watch them respond in a similar place. Watch them get. So, thank you everybody showing up tonight. Here's what I am going to say though. Thursday, I will have none other than Alpha Male Strategies on here. I'm just calling it the show. We're going to be talking about high value men, high value made men. High value men create themselves. And see, in the Black community, we have to stop making young women think there's something wrong with dating men in their late 30s or 40s. It takes time and effort for a man to create himself. You don't become high value truly in your 20s. It takes time, effort, reproducible results. And, I think we're kind of scratching the surface over here. That's why I say by the time a guy becomes high value, he wants a reward. And like it or not, ladies, men look at you as their reward for hard work. Are you a reward? I asked the question, what are your looks worth? These are harsh questions, but they are true to men nonetheless. So, we're about to get up out of here. The numbers are starting to drop. Tomorrow night's show, we touch single mothers again. We got to get back into the single mothers. And yes, we're going to do a part 2 to the colorism show, because I know that we only scratch the surface. And those two subjects run very deep with sisters. But we got to make some headway on this topic if we expect to get anywhere. If the end consumer of the product, which is a woman, is a man, what kind of women are we making for Black men? Now, I know people, what kind of men are we making for Black women? Can't be concerned with that. I deal with grown men. I deal with men who are out doing stuff. I don't deal with Cornbread now. I deal with straight up Blue Henrys and Blake Henrys and Hit Squad and men out here who are putting in the work. I don't deal with the guys who are just trying to lay up in your house and hit it and drink up all your kids' juice boxes and carrying on. That ain't what we do over here. Ain't what we do over here. But anyway, until the next time, we're going to have to say peace. We are gone. You got saltier than the mug, didn't you? Join me on Patreon for videos. Join me on Patreon Monday, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time for Patreon only live stream. It's not hard to fool me, no, 'cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yes. Yeah. Lead the way. I follow. No, join. Where is it going? Join me on IG for videos you'll only see over there in the frat room. When they're up, they're up. When they're gone, they're gone. Daily live streams like My adventure at Louis Vuitton today, or Neiman Marcus. It was dope. Shout out to my driver. Shout out to the people I saw today. It was good. Send your show ideas to info@bykevinsamuels.com. Respect my inbox. Don't send me nothing long. And if you want to go to my website and book your one-on-one advice line, interpersonal communication, corporate or career advice, or even better, your virtual consultation. What's my SMB? That's where you do it. Go to bykevinsamuels.com on the products or schedule. Pick your product and respect my inbox. Don't send me a long email. I'm going to book your services one day, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. But I just blocked those. Respect my inbox, respect my DMs, respect my items. Shout out to all the super chats tonight. Money World. Speak louder for older men. Let's get through. Rebecca Johnson says she'd love to call in. Guys, there seem to be too many things that come through. I'm going to have a best of super chat question show and try to address them all. This is the problem everybody has. Once the platform starts to grow, it's just impossible to address them all. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for making it happen, especially for the fact YouTube does not want this kind of content out. They limit it, they ban it. But you know what? Without black couples, you can't have black nothing. Without solid black men, beautiful black women, we are stuck. We got to get unstuck. Peace.